Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're making Szechuan Spicy Chicken in the Instant Pot air fryer. So here's the things you're going to need. We are going to start with 8 boneless chicken thighs. So we're going to start by mixing together a 1/4 cup of low sodium soy sauce, 2.5 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 1 tablespoon of honey, 3 cloves of garlic or 3 heaping tablespoons of minced garlic, a teaspoon of Szechuan spicy sauce, and a 1/4 teaspoon of dried ground ginger. All right, so let's mix this all together. Our soy sauce, our balsamic vinegar, the easy things to pour. Let's go with the garlic, the ground ginger, and the Szechuan spicy sauce is kind of thick. It's like the honey, so we're going to use a spatula. I want to get out as much as possible here. That stuff's tasty. Might add a little more of that. Whew! That's spicy, maybe not. And our honey. Whew! That's got a little kick. So we're just going to mix this up real good. And what we're going to do, now that it's mixed, so we're going to take half of this sauce, we're going to pour into our little handy dandy pot here. We're going to cook it down as we're cooking the meat. And then we're going to take the other half and we're going to marinate for about 2 hours. So easiest way to marinate, I like to use a Ziploc bag because it's really easy to just mix all this stuff in. And we're going to get as much of the air out as possible. Look at that. That is going to be nice when it's done marinating. All right, we're going to let that set for about a couple hours. Then we're going to start cooking. All right, so while our chicken is marinating, we're going to start our brown rice Portobello Mushroom Risotto. So first thing we're going to need is about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So 1, 2, 3, a pinch of salt, and 1 chopped white or yellow onion. I'm going to get this on the stove, cook it down for about 10 minutes, and then we'll add our ingredients as we go. Okay, the onion's been cooking for about 10 minutes. Now we're going to add our garlic. I'm going to stir this in, cook this for another 2 to 4 minutes. Just to cook the onions and the garlic together a little bit. So you're going to keep stirring occasionally. Just, you don't want this to burn, but you want that to cook together. So, all right, now that our onions have cooked down and browned a little bit, we're going to stir in 4 cups of vegetable broth. And I got 5 cups in here. We're going to save 1 cup for later. And we're going to stir this all together. We're going to bring this to a boil. Once it boils, we are going to remove this from the heat and add 2 cups of brown rice. So we're going to turn up the heat a little bit and get this boiling. Alrighty, now that everything's boiling, we're going to stir in our rice, turn off the heat. We're going to cover this, get it in the oven at 350 for 65 to 70 minutes. Alright, so there's about 20 minutes left on the rice. I got a pan with some olive oil heating up here. We're going to get our portobellos put in there as soon as the oil's heated up with a dash of salt. We're going to cook them down for about 15 minutes until most of the moisture is evaporated. Alright, our chicken's been marinating for about 2.5 hours. Look at that. You can see how everything's soaked in. We're just going to get it in the air fryer pan here. Alright, so we got our chicken in here. We're going to cook this in 2 batches just so that we have enough air around this chicken to get it all the way done. Okay, so we're going to air fry at 400 for 14 minutes. And start. We're going to stop halfway and flip them. Alright, so our chicken's in. Our mushrooms are almost cooked down. So with a few minutes left, if you remember, we took half of our marinade and put it in a pan. So we're going to put this on real low heat and just let it cook down a little bit for about 5 minutes. And we're going to stir it occasionally. So we just want it almost to be like a thick gravy type, syrupy. Right now it's kind of thin, so we just let it cook down. Alright, 7 minutes in, that's halfway. We're going to go ahead and flip these. Put our lid back on. 7 minutes, the chicken's done. Let's get back to our rice. Alright, so our rice has been in about 70 minutes. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add the other cup of broth here. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of butter. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of tamari, a half a cup of dry white wine and 1 cup of Asiago cheese shredded. And this says stir for up to 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, just so everything's mixed in and nice and creamy. Our butter's all melted. I can smell the white wine. It smells delicious. All right, now that everything's stirred in, the last thing we're gonna do is take our mushrooms and we're gonna stir these in here. And we have some oregano. We're gonna sprinkle that in first. Since this is dried oregano, we're gonna put it in now. If you use fresh oregano, put that in at the end when you plate. Look at that. That's gonna look really nice on a plate. So my chicken's almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this for a couple more minutes till the chicken's done. Then we'll get everything on the plate. Alrighty, so our rice is done, our chicken's done, our sauce is done. So let's get this plated. I'll plate this like Chef Ramsay would. You need a towel to make that look pretty. How's that look right there? We'll pour a little bit of our sauce over the top. And there we go. Szechuan Spicy Chicken over Portobello Mushroom Risotto. Alright, so there's only really one thing left to do here, and that's taste this. Let's see how this chicken is cooked. Oh yeah, it looks nice and tender. So let's taste this rice. A little bit of mushroom first. So the rice and mushroom. Wow. You get a little bit of that wine taste. I can taste the flavor of the wine just a little bit. But the rice and all the seasonings, that tastes absolutely delicious. So let's get a taste of the chicken here with the rice. Wow, this is going to be tasty. I'm about ready to plow through the rest of this. So thanks for stopping. Click that thumbs up, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Have a great day. Thank you.